Welcome back to Daily Reviews. Today I'm going to be looking at the Bitspower Sorbet Soft Tube Kit for AMD. They do an Intel one as well. I've previously done a video of this showing the unboxing and what you get in it. Today I'm going to be installing it and testing it, so stick with me and we'll get it tested. Right, so there we have the Sorbet kit from Bitspower, and I think you'll agree with me, it looks absolutely amazing from the B-roll I've shown you. RGB everywhere, RGB fans, RGB pump block, and RGB pump res. Sorry, not pump block, CPU block. So obviously we've done some testing on it, and to see how it performs. It is a 240 radiator, so I don't expect it to perform as well as a 360 on like my AIOs that I've tested before. But nevertheless, let's get into the results. So we started off obviously in idle. We got an idle temperature of around 29 degrees, sometimes up to 30 31, depending on what was going off obviously on the system, but mostly around 29-30 degrees. Then I did my standard testing, so I did my Cinebench, I did Shadow of the Tomb Raider F1, and I did Unigine Superposition. So for the Cinebench results, we got a high of 71 and an average of 69, so it did stay quite high throughout most of the tests, but it did boost to 4.4 gigahertz this time, so it was pushing a bit more power to it, so that's probably why it's a little bit higher. But like I say, it is a 240, so compared to my 360s it's going to be a little bit warmer, but still it's a great result. Then we went on to Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I have to do it at ultra wide settings because Windows 11 doesn't allow me to do it any other way for some reason. So we went at basically tested that on the benchmark, and we got a high of 61 and an average of 51, so it wasn't hitting the CPU too hard, but still a sort of a real world performance test for you, so you can see how it performs in that. And it was boosting between 4.5 and 4.8, and it did actually get up to 4.9 at one point on a couple of the cores. Then we went into F1 2021, and I ran it at the lowest resolution it let me, just to put a bit more strain on the CPU. I think it was 1900 by 1200, and we got, as basically again it was a benchmark, we got a high of 62 and an average of 47, so it did run quite cool for most of the tests, as you can probably tell. And again we were boosting between 4.6 and 4.8 on that one. And then we went into Unigine Superposition. I did it at 1080p medium to try and again put more load onto the CPU, give you a more real world scenario of how this performs. And we were looking at a high of 60 and an average of 51, and we boosted between 4.5 and 4.8 on some of the cores, not many of them because it isn't very multi-core intensive. So yeah, the results are absolutely fantastic. And like I say, it is just a 240, so if you wanted to increase it a little bit, obviously with it being an open loop you can add more radiators to it and obviously increase the sort of performance of it. So that's the beauty of this. If you're wanting to get into water cooling, it's a really easy place to start. A few things I'd like to say about it. Installation really easy. Yeah, not a problem at all with the installation. Obviously with it being RGB everything, then there is quite a lot of cables, but that's to be expected with most things now. One thing I would say is the tubing on it's really stiff. Not stiff, but it's really thick, so it's quite difficult to get onto the fittings. But it's not a massive issue. So if you like I say, if you're getting into this, then just be mindful that it can be quite difficult to get the tubes on. But once they're on, it's easy to install. And then other than that, there's not really any gripes I've got with it. It would be nice to see like a fill bottle included with it, maybe, just to basically make it a little bit easier. They do give you a little tube that goes on the bottles they give you, but it's not the easiest way of filling. And other than that, there's not really a lot else to say. It's a really good kit. Yeah, I can't complain about it at all. The fans look really nice, the pump looks really nice, and so does the CPU block. It looks really good. And like I say, they do it in an Intel version if you have got an Intel system as well. But yeah, so that's my review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it gives you an idea as to whether you want this kit or not. I will put links in the description below for you to follow, so you can have a look, see more information about it, and I'll put some places where you can buy it from as well, so you can go and purchase it if you do want it. But that's it, guys. Thanks for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like if you liked it, give it a dislike if you didn't like it, and leave any comments in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you.